Well, good evening. As I see, we have a lot of survivors here. It is second day of TechChill, second part of the day, and everybody's a bit tired. And I believe that most of you are already with the one foot in the party this tonight, and that's fine. But we have a quite serious topic to discuss about survival on early stage, but I will do my best to make it as light as possible. And of course, if we talk about EU funding, it is sometimes associated with something bureaucratic, complicated. The whole process is like really a real struggle. But as Robert said, this is a life of entrepreneur, and we have to survive. And yes, for many of us, EU funding was crucial to survive, and a lot of companies still exist because of it. And about EU funding in early stage, we will have a discussion here. We have two entrepreneurs who have used a lot of EU funding, and we have Latvian Investment and Development Agency, General Director, organization that gives money and hopefully also listens to companies and entrepreneurs what do they really need. So I would like first give a word to both company representatives. You can correct your names also if something was said incorrectly. But can you tell a bit about your company and the status of the product that you are currently in?
Yeah, then I will start. Hi, everyone. So I'm CEO and co-founder of company Piagro Minerals. What we do is we are developing a filtration system for phosphorus removal from wastewater, and we are bringing this phosphorus back as a fertilizer product for agricultural use. So while phosphorus is a major pollutant in wastewater and companies pay penalties struggling to remove it, actually phosphorus is very critical part of fertilizer production. And yeah, the main importers in Europe are from China, from Russia, Morocco, and countries like that. So it's a big problem. We are early stage. We are a deep tech company. And our technology is based on the heavy topics like chemistry and material science. So yeah, we have been very good friends with EU money and national support as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Ingus, what's your story?
Yep. We create products for people to feel alive. We create wind tunnels, horizontal wind tunnels that goes up to category 2 hurricane, and it's for primarily for entertainment and also for education, and dual use also for training. And yeah, for us, LIA support, and I'm the big fan of LIA incubators. We are part of LIA Jurmala incubator, and for us it was crucial, this support in early stage. And there are two things, like one is this just a moral support, because like it's a long way to go, and of course every single help and support is very important. The second, for us, it made possible, LIA support made it possible for us to bootstrap this product. And yeah, maybe somebody says, of course, you need to invest some time to prepare all the paperwork and etc. But also to get an investor and to work with him, it also takes your time. So in the end, we have the support. And we didn't give any. We didn't need it to give any shares to investors. So this was our story.
So I would like to pay your attention that there are two different companies. One is deep tech and one is creative industry. And Eva, the question to you. So these two young entrepreneurs come to LIA. Ingus already mentioned the incubation program, but what LIA can offer them?
Thank you for such a good words about our services. What can we provide to companies? Yes, so once you get into incubation program, actually now we do have open call till 31st of March when you can apply for the new round. So each year we have 2 open calls, and yeah, we will choose 87 companies that will be promoted on this business incubation program. What you can get there? So there you have access to non-financial support, which is mentorship, seminars, access to network channels, different databases, everything. Yeah. So community, you are there in the community already. The second, you get financial support, which is up to 70% intensity for product development, administrative costs, purchase of raw materials, marketing campaigns. So different kind of activities we are financing, and there it's in 3 years. The maximum you can get from this program is 300,000.
Mm-hmm. This is so. What is the most important thing for the early stage startup? Like we are all looking for money, and we are thinking, oh, we'll get this amount and this amount of money. But what really matters? Probably there are a lot more important things.
It depends. In our case, we had a background of the industry and we knew what to do. And for us, was the most important was the money. And this, like, there are so many myths about support. For example, in incubators, I just like 20 minutes ago spoke with one friend who said, yeah, I said like incubator is a great instrument to have this support, and he said, yeah, but there is a limit of that it limits you to 10,000 euros to purchase some kind of service that you need. No, that's totally not true. First of all, it's 20 plus VAT, and like also like there is this is for one service, and you might like there is a lot of cases where the thing you need is logically divided in many steps, and you can outsource it to the different partners or to the same. So for me, I believe next year we will reach the limit of de minimis. We will be close to those 300,000 euro support, and by having this support, we are also very motivated to give it back to the country. And right now we have like 3.8 million of export of our product, and like we proudly give it back, and so it's beneficial for both sides.
Okay, what's important for a deep tech startup?
I would say I can't emphasize enough that funding is really very important. Yeah, the companies that are innovative companies are unique companies. In order to get to the first client, even first validation by the client, first a semi-paid pilot with the client, we need to invest a lot, thousands of hours, in some cases many years in research and development. Emphasis on the research part. It means to pay for an hours of researchers, innovators, engineers. Our example is last year we finished our filter prototype that is already out of the lab. And we worked together with the municipal partner, municipal wastewater treatment plant, where we tested at their site our very small filtration system. At the moment, that system could operate with around 10 cubic meters per day. But imagine for a very small treatment plant, the capacity of operation, I mean water that flows through that needs to be purified, it's up to 300 cubic meters per day. So there's a big difference where we are at and what we need to build. And this takes a lot of stages. This year, also thanks to LIA Incubator, that also supports our R&D, we are building a bigger filtration system that will be able to operate and purify not anymore 10 cubic meters per day, but 50 cubic meters per day. And then we are growing, so we can go to the stage that we are going, we are meeting with a future client and saying, here is our prototype, let's validate it together. And in order to do that, we need to bring it to a certain level. We need to test it, we need to optimize it to the needs of the industry. And it could take, if you start from point zero, that it could take even many years to get to this point. So the funding is very important. Of course, deep tech companies also are different. They are startups that can come from corporate or company internal innovations, then they're supported by the mother company. It can come from universities, then it can be supported by PhD research or research funding that also comes from, for example, Latvian state. But if, in our case, we are not a spin-off, so we are not connected to any big company or any university, so we need to find our resources for this research and development stage, so we can build our prototype to the level that we can bring it to the first client, validate together, and start sales. But until that, funding is extremely important.
Okay, so you haven't mentioned all those good things that incubation can provide, and entrepreneurs said that, yes, this is what we need. Very good. There was a mention, but there are limitations regarding the funding. What is de minimis? It is a limit that you can get in some period of time, right?
Yeah, this is for the time within 3 years. Yeah, and it's set by EU, since this funding comes from EU funds. Therefore, this limit is for all European Union countries. This is not set by our government, yes? This is for all startup companies in other states, the same. So 300,000, this is the limit for everyone. Willing to get this financing for startup building.
Okay, but there are programs outside incubation. How do you look at them? Is it easy to find them? And is it something you think, oh, it's so difficult and it's hard, but we will try? Or is it, oh, it's easy money, I will apply, write the project, and everything will work? What's your attitude?
Well, in our case, if we look, for example, on national level, there are programs. There are some LIA smaller grants we have used for R&D. In our case, the problem is that I personally, as I'm responsible for funding, I see that there are opportunities where it's written that this program is for innovations and development and research, but because of the specifics, what is our innovative company, the early stage, pre-funding, not pre-funding, but pre-revenue, not funded by companies or other universities. It's hard to get the money from some programs just because, for example, we can't provide 30% co-funding. That needs to be a private co-funding. And if we do not have yet sales, there is no place we can, from where we can provide this co-funding. Another big struggle is it's also related to the incubator program. We see that we could use it more. But for example, you need to have a really healthy cash flow in your bank account. So first you invest and then if you do everything good as promised, you get the money back. But first you need to invest, and then it can take up to few months to get this investment back, and that's also like few months in our world is a lot of time. These are the struggles we have noticed. What we really love is the example of cascade funding that is available directly from European Union. We have been a part of 2 programs that are like horizon supported big projects, and whose aim is to support smaller companies like ours to support the innovation and R&D. So these are these cascade grants that we are really looking forward and also always applying if it fits our needs and our topics, where the funding, like operators, they trust the companies they have selected through very competitive selection process, and together with them, we set certain KPIs that we need to reach. We promise what we will do, they trust us, and this cascade funding in a lot of cases are paid out by this lump sum. So they give you money, you do reach your KPIs, and you spend the money like you need, you spend it as you need at a certain moment.
Okay.
So that is what we are always looking for.
Ingus, have you tried anything else in terms of EU funding?
Yeah. First of all, I would need to emphasize, yeah, it works when you have the private money to cover those 30 or 50%, and either you have the cash flow from the company. So if you don't have it, I know that there are some companies in the incubator that cannot use this as much as they could. So you need to have this money. Other things that works very well are vouchers. Innovation vouchers and also support. We used also to register the trademark, to patent our product. But I would say for patent, the support might be and should be better, because like the money that, for example, I don't know, I'm just saying by heart, so it's around, I don't know, 50,000 euros we already invested to have like a patent registered everywhere, because then it comes all those questions from different states where you should have a comments, and this only patent lawyers can do that, and each time it's like 2,000, and you don't have support for that. And I know that our country is struggling way behind in patenting things, because and that changed valuation of your company a lot. This is one thing. The other thing that there is way to improve is marketing and sales. If I look back, like we have from LIA, we have support around 230,000 we have used from LIA incubator, and I would say around 10% of that sum is for sales and marketing. But actually, to be successful, half of the effort, and sometimes even more, is on sales. And sales is like sometimes like a fishing. You should go somewhere to try something, like in one place in the river, and maybe you need to go to the lake, yeah, or maybe you should change the tool. So, and to experiment, like. In reality, there are programs where you have support. It says like 60 to 80% of support, but in reality, when we go to exhibitions, the real because it doesn't have co-funding for travel tickets, for hotels, for transporting your exhibition stand, and etc. So in reality, this support goes down to 25% in reality. So there is a big place for improvement, and I think, but probably this is an EU level. If we take a look how much EU money is spent on developing products and selling products, and taking into account that we don't have this tradition of like big culture of sales, yeah, we know how to build things here, but because of Soviet Union, we didn't need to to train sales. So this is like place for improvement.
And what are the plans for the Latvian Investment and Development Agency? What future programs? What something for the future for early stage companies? What are your plans?
Yeah, we will definitely we will continue these programs, which are now open since the planning period, which is according to the EU, ends in 2027 actually, but it will be prolonged till 2029 most probably, and then the new programs will come. We don't know the certain conditions what will be there, but definitely there will be financing and funding and for the grants for the startup companies. Another thing, of course, they are building and creating more programs for the startup funding, also on EU level. So program for all startups in any EU country that can apply at one point at EU level.
So the incubation will be till the 2029.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we have all good opportunities to apply still, and yes, it depends on, as you heard, it depends on the industry. Where are you in? There are a lot of different needs, but actually, if you are looking around, then there is always an opportunity, and LIA provides them a lot of different instruments are around, so it just takes courage and also a willingness to really continue your company and build your product. So good luck with that, and thank you for listening.